Am I live? All right. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock. So that means it's time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host, Kate Dillon, and it has been a while since I have said those words on this camera. I'm really excited. It's, of course, in case you missed it, yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of when CrateInsider.com, when the website launched. Of course, I was working on that, months beforehand, but yesterday was the launch day, 10 years ago. And so kind of looking at, the entire everything that we've done here at Crate Insider, getting a little bit nostalgic, but also looking at what worked, what didn't, how things have just changed and evolved over the years. And, got a poll this morning like, hey, you guys want me to bring back Top 5 Tuesday? And so we'll just check it out. We'll do something today and then see what happens. So with that, and I'll have a couple of announcements and some fun stuff. And, it's been like, I think I quit doing Top 5 Tuesday in 2022. I was just looking a few minutes ago. So that's a couple of years ago. And so I might be a little bit rusty, but we're going to give it a shot. So with that, let's go ahead. And we'll also, I'll keep an eye out here too. I have Crate Insider up on kind of doing a different setup today. So I've got it up on my screen. So I want to see as soon as it goes live, I want to, take a look at questions and all that good stuff. So I will see what I can do. Oh, look at that. We're live. So feel free to drop in any comments. I've got Tori on a computer. She's going to drop in some links as we talk about different products. And again, if you've got questions, then go ahead and drop them into the comments. And when I get a chance, I will, I'll take a look at these comments and I will do what I can to answer them. So feel free, again, at comments, questions, anything you got, feel free to drop it in. But let's go ahead and kick things off and really jump into our top 5 products. These are the top 5 products of the week. So I didn't do like the top 5 products like all time or anything like that. But in the number 5 spot, we have a product that we've been selling for a number of years. And these are our anti-reversion mufflers. These were designed by Hendron Racing Engines, and they're currently being produced by Profabrication Headers and Exhaust. So these are a steel muffler. Well, and when I say muffler, it really doesn't deaden any of your sound. What it does, it's really it's anti-reversion. So the idea is that it grabs any of the dead exhaust gases and it makes it so that you always start with a clean charge. I need to do a better video on that, but they're going to give you more torque. At the end of the day, if you want something that's going to help you get out of the corner faster, then anti-reversion mufflers are the way to go. So these happen to be our 3 in, 3 out. So 3 inches expanded on one end to go on the end of a 3-inch collector. And then it's a true 3-inch on the other end. So there we go, our anti-reversion mufflers. And of course, they're available. I mean, all of this stuff is available in our store at CrateInsider.com. But wherever you're watching this, we'll make sure that we drop in links into the description over on YouTube once we're kind of done there. And then over on Facebook, you can see it in the comments. And then we'll probably put together a blog post so you can see all of the items too. All right, and I'm just going to keep an eye out for if any questions pop up on the screen. I will keep an eye out in between products here. All right, next up in the number 4 spot, I see we have this Klotz box. There we go. All right, testing 1, 2. See if that's working again. I think it is. Need to go back. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. All right. I guess since my phone was ringing, then it like kicked out my sound. So now we have a now I'm using the microphone, so that is here rather than the iPhone. Anyway, let's see what happens next. And it was probably somebody offering me working capital because I only get like 19 of those calls a day. All right. So that was our number 4 spot was the Klotz oil change kit. And the next up is number 3, and this is one of my favorite products because I love Kaiser wheels. And this happens to be our black beadlock Kaiser wheels is in the number 3 spot this week. What I love about these, it's I think it's funny how we've gone full circle because at one point, wheels in racing were steel. We had steel wheels. Well, at some point aluminum comes out. We've got polished aluminum wheels and they look amazing the first time you run them, and then they're really hard to keep clean. And so now what do? We take aluminum wheels because they're nice and light and powder coat them, but then, just absolutely a thing of beauty. You can see they're super light. What I love about the Kaiser wheels is it's a 3-piece wheel, which means that you can, if you find yourself tearing one of these wheels up, you can cut this piece of silicone. You've got a piece in the center here in the center section of the wheel. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but then you're able to unbolt this, take apart the sections, and then replace whatever section is damaged. And in fact, you can even see behind me here that these are some of our half wheels that are behind me. So this is like the inside half of an inner beadlock, and this right here is the outside half. It looks like it's a standard wheel, probably with tabs. Looks like it's black. So we sell all of the half wheel parts. We sell the center section. We sell the bolts. We sell the beadlock rings. I mean, I guess where I'm standing is where all of that is behind me. So all of our Kaiser stuff. Love Kaiser, and this week our black beadlock wheels are in the number 3 spot. All right, next up in the number 2 spot. I'm actually kind of surprised that this one isn't in the number 1 spot. We sell so many of these, and this is our matched valve springs, or matched 602 valve springs. I guess we're missing the little 602 label, but we do lots and lots and lots and lots of valve springs here. In fact, oh gosh, let me move this Klotz box because I just wanted to roll over this little cart over here because I just wanted to show you, like, we just got a shipment of valve springs yesterday. This is half of it, and this is a full cart because we go through a lot of valve springs around here. We've got a whole room dedicated to matching valve springs because we want to make sure that our customers can get the absolute best performance possible. And so, with matched valve springs, one of the questions we get a lot is, do you really need matched valve springs? And I would say if you have a 604, you're running beehives, do I think it's 100% necessary? I really don't. I mean, if you just want to go be that little bit of extra, go ahead and get the matched valve springs. But do I think there's a big difference with the 602s? There can be some of these boxes that we could open them up and the springs are all going to be, pretty close to the same pressures, but a lot of times they're not, and they're way different. And, all it takes is, one really weak spring to kind of not make it so your performance isn't at its best, and we don't want that for you. Definitely don't want that. All right, I'm not seeing any questions up on the screen here, but that leads us to our top product of the week. And our top product is from our friends at Hooker Harness, and these are our shock covers. They do such a great job with these shock covers. There is a super thick Velcro. I don't know how well you can see this, and now we're wide angle, so this is even worse. But anyway, this is really nice Velcro. I would say, I'm guessing that this is either 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Maybe it's 1.75 inches. Maybe it's right in the middle. And I don't have a tape measure right here, but it's thick. It's really wide Velcro. So it's not like some wimpy little Velcro that, kind of would work. And then you've got, of course, the quality elastic. And with Hooker Harness, you're going to have a quality product. But what's so great about these is this is going to keep, the dust, the dirt. Well, I mean, maybe not dust, but it's going to keep a lot of the dirt and rocks from hitting your shocks and the shock shafts especially. You just don't want to get all of that stuff into your shocks, because if it gets on the shaft, it's more than likely to tear up the seal and get onto the interior of your shocks. And And then before you know it, your shocks are just not performing, the way that you would want them to perform. So that's our top product for this week is our hooker harness shock sleeves. Sorry, I did not write down the prices for any of these. You can just click on any of the links and you can find them. But I do have a couple announcements. One is tomorrow night, so Wednesday night, Wednesday, April 3rd, as we are going to have a podcast. So I will be on with my co-host Jimmy Schultz, and he is my brother and also my partner in the Cars Racing Show. But we will be on with Brian Littleton. So this is really a big deal. So Brian, of course, I work with Brian a lot on the Race Logic Chassis Schools. I go and film all those classes. And if you are looking for, one of the best places to find great information, no sales pitch, but just to learn what you want to learn, and the classes this year, we did an IMCA stock car, we had a metric street stock, and we did a hobby stock class. And all three classes were different, and different in some of the different instructors, and very, very good information there. So I highly recommend them for sure. But something else has happened here in the last couple of weeks, and that is there was a horrific crash at Arrowhead Speedway. Dallin Murdy, who happens to be one of the instructors from Race Logic, was leading the race. He was pulling away from the pack, hits a rut. It sends his car upside down, hits the concrete wall with his hood, bounces him back on the track, gets slammed by another car that absolutely could not, did not have time to react. And it is great that Dallin is walking away from that wreck. But he's walking away after being cut out with a Sawzall, and it just brought together, there's a whole lot of attention on safety, chassis, and things like that, and what that is going to result in. So there's going to be tomorrow night some major announcements going on with race car safety, and so definitely please join us. We're looking for all the input. There's going to be a safety summit in January of next year. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. So Cars Racing Show, actually the day before, will be the safety summit. So there'll be a lot more details released on that, but we're going to talk about all of this tomorrow night, and that's going to be 9 Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, and you'll be able to see that streaming on the Crate Insider YouTube channel, Facebook channel, as well as the Cars Racing Show Facebook page, I believe, is the third place. We might share it to a couple of other places, and feel free to share that. Well, normally in the old days of doing Top 5 Tuesday, I did a giveaway of some kind, but I kind of spaced that part of it. It's been a couple of years, a little rusty, but let me know. Drop in a comment and let me know. Should I keep going with Top 5 Tuesday? You want to see this on a weekly basis? Maybe I do it monthly. I'm not sure, but I am looking forward to seeing your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in another video. And I have to walk around so I can stop this broadcast. So thanks, you guys, and I'll see you next time.